Где-то найдем всадник.
Now I turn on the sound.
You don't believe in no fate. Every day digging the grave.
Йоксу минсан.
Йокосо.
Oh, starting.
Hello and welcome to this, the very first episode of Night City Wire, a brand new series from us at CD Projekt Red, where we'll be talking about all things Cyberpunk 2077. For today's episode, we'll be starting with a brand new trailer. One of our developers will be joining us to help unpack everything you're going to see. We'll have some news, an announcement about a secret collaboration. We'll be taking a look at some braindance gameplay and welcoming back our developers just to have a chat about everything you're going to see. But there is one more thing. Media all over the world have been getting hands-on with Cyberpunk 2077, and when this episode finishes, you'll be able to go and check out exactly what they thought. So, let's get started. It is time to take a look at our brand new trailer, and after that, our lead quest designer Pavel Sasko will be joining us, because I've got a feeling you're going to have a few questions after watching this. So,
oh yeah, now I remember too.
I love this town, the city of endless opportunity. Ready to get your cherry popped? Yeah, come on!
City like any other, just bigger.
No, mano, not just any other city. Legends are born here.
The major leagues. We're only here because Dex is pulling the strings. Doubt that puts us in the same league as them.
But we are. They just don't know it yet. But if you got the cojones and you know how to use them, you can do damn near anything.
Unless you catch a bull.
Even then, you go out with a bang, right?
You know, you can make heaps more eddies as a motivational speaker.
Yo, Mr. V, a pleasure.
So what's the gig, Dex? You meant to come out in one piece?
Yeah, the one they showed the teacher, they really fucking upgraded it.
How about we go over the plan?
I mean,
There's this prototype tab, biochip to be precise. Jobs to grab it.
Guessing it belongs to a corp.
Arasaka.
We're robbing some heavy hitters.
Thought you could blackmail me, fucker?
High risk, high reward. First rule of the afterlife.
No.
Goes without saying, we do this on the hush. Ideally, no bodies.
Nope.
Not a one.
Nope. I don't like this.
Sounds
I
simple
am
enough.
not liking this. Not at all.
Is it gonna be dangerous?
Don't you worry.
Perspective is kind of killing me. The perspective is killing me. I don't know why.
Stop digging Night City.
I usually don't have problems with that FPS, but
Oh my god, we're so fucked.
I'm feeling kind of ill
What the fuck?
Game risk
from things in the perspective. And now I feel much better. I'm seeing Keanu.
Okay, we're getting a release date. That's amazing.
yeah.
November 19th.
So the trailer contains footage from the game's prologue only, but there was an awful lot in it. So Pavel, why don't you try and help us unpack everything that we just saw?
Work?
Oh yeah, I can absolutely. I can try. So, would you have
that
just
depends,
it's
but
only
yeah, it might
the
be a
prologue
little
of the
bit
game. So
easier
that
part.
awesome stuff is only
Yeah.
happening in the first few quests. What the trailer shows you is really our stage, the Night City. You know, this gigantic city.
GTA looks nice.
6 completely unique districts surrounded by the seventh one that we call the Badlands. As a player, you are meeting Jackie. Jackie's your friend. Now, they together are trying to reach out for something that is very precious. They are trying to reach out for this chip of immortality, this gateway to eternal life. Jackie introduces you to Fixer Dexter Deshawn. He's a very important person in a social ladder of Cyberpunk. He is able to provide the player with various jobs and contracts to be able to gather money, to be able to modify their bodies, push themselves to the limits, to put their hands on the chip. But as you can expect, not everything goes as planned. But to see it, you have to play the game.
Things like that.
There are an awful lot of
Easter
really
eggs
cool
and
things in
references.
this trailer.
All of
There's a
them.
few that I would just love to talk about a little bit more for the people at home. So let's start with talking about a gang called the Mox. Now, we see a few flashes of them in this trailer. I personally think they're really cool and one of my favorites, but can you give us a little bit more information about them?
Oh yes, so the Mox is one of the gangs that player is going to interact with throughout the game. The Mogs is the gang that has been formed in 2076 after death of Elizabeth Borden. She was called Lizzie. Now, she was an owner of a brothel and former sex worker, and she was protecting working guys and girls from harassment, from abuse, and the gang is really continuing her mission. And as a player, you are going to interact with that gang, meet multiple different NPCs, and craft your own relationship with them, and understand what they're all about.
So earlier on, you did mention a 7th district, a place called the Badlands. Now, we saw a few shots of this in the trailer,
It
but
wasn't
I'd
the
love you
night.
to give us a bit more detail about the district outside of the city walls.
Okay, so the Badlands is this like
I'm actually very interested to see how they're gonna work on the profane part of the game, because in all Cyberpunk RPG, the more mech or upgrades you put into yourself, augmentations, the less you are human. I want to see how they are going to implement that as a key mechanic to the game, and is it going to have any impact?
You'll be able to traverse and access different type of open world content that has been prepared specifically for you to that.
Oh, this is the outside, the 7th part.
In the trailer, we also saw like a completely metal creature. Now, he didn't look like he was from the Maelstrom gang. This looked like something else. So, please tell the people at home, who is this giant metal monster?
Okay, so that big dude, that was
okay, I like
Adam
this guy.
Smasher. He has been introduced in pen and paper in Cyberpunk 2020 by our senpai Mike Pondsmith. Adam Smasher is a fully converted cyborg. He was always a loyalist of Arasaka. And time has changed, and in 2077 he had to find his own space.
What is he, like the Frank Horrigan of Cyberpunk?
Find out, you have to
He's the oldest cyborg.
In this trailer, we do see some flashes of a Ripperdoc called Victor Vector. I think if people have watched our
He's more like Mutoku than anybody else.
But I'd really like for you to give the people at home some more information about what Ripperdocs are and how they'll be interacting with them when they play Cyberpunk.
So, Ripperdocs in our game, they are surgeons. They are like a specific type of a job in the social ladder of Cyberpunk. They are accustomed and specialized in replacing limbs to the metal ones. They can basically update your body, enhance your body, change you into this and
this part is made out of nightmares. High definition nightmares, but nightmares still.
Relationship with
no,
some of them
hand in your face. I don't like it.
Through that, you will invest eddies that you're gathering to turn your body into this tool that allows you to survive on the streets of Night City.
Pavel, thank you so much for joining us. I know you'll be back later in the episode because you're going to be helping us to analyze the Braindance gameplay. But before that, we do have some news to share. Earlier in the year, we announced that if you pick up Cyberpunk 2077 on Xbox One, you'll be able to play it on Xbox Series X when the console launches. And just in case you missed it, it will be the same for PlayStation players as well. If you pick up Cyberpunk 2077 on PlayStation 4, you'll also be able to play it on PlayStation 5 when the console launches. And that's not all. There will be a free upgrade for Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5, but we'll have more details on that soon.
Tonight City.
Before we reveal our first look at the Braindance gameplay and welcome back our developers for a chat, there is just one more thing we want to announce. Something that we've been working on in secret for a while. We are very excited to announce our partnership with Studio Trigger and Netflix to bring you Cyberpunk Edgerunners, a standalone anime set in the Cyberpunk universe, which we've been working on for some time. Edgerunners is due to launch in 2022.
Well, now.
Information. Let's go to the team in Tokyo.
It was good choice to stream.
We got news.
My hashtag for anime wasn't wrong at all.
My name is Saya Elder. I am the Japan-based producer for Cyberpunk Edgerunners. What I do basically on this project is that I am a fixer, to put it in the words of the Cyberpunk universe. We are a game company. We are a bunch of nerds, and wherever there are nerds, there's going to be anime fans. So it was always a dream for us to make anime. When we began this project, we were certain that we didn't want to make a recreation of the game. Cyberpunk Edge Runners is a standalone story set in the same universe. The stage is still Night City, but everything else is totally new. New characters, new story. I do like to think
why
that it's
Trigger
going to
didn't
be
put
a
out
great
anything this
gateway.
year.
Yeah, exactly.
Cyberpunk game and also Cyberpunk
Brand New
genre as a
Animal
whole.
is 6 episodes short.
Right now we're in Nakano, which is one of the biggest anime meccas of the world. I'm gonna take you to Studio Trigger right now because we have the wonderful opportunity
Let's
to
see
talk to the
this.
green team that will be bringing you this anime.
こんにちは。
Yep.
トリガーの代表取締役の大塚です。
監督の今石です。
キャラクターデザインを担当する吉成です。
ゲームのサイバーパンクのファンの方、今回初めて触れる方両方に満足していただけるようにアニメを
Is that
作
the
る。
kill in the background?
お願いします。
Yeah, okay. I
サイバーパンク
wasn't
とい
sure.
う僕らが10代の、一ファンしか過ぎなかった頃に生まれたジャンル、そういうジャンルのものをまた、
Yep, Omar and Brand New Animal.
作れるというのが非常に楽しみです。
トリガー10年ということで監督に今石、キャラクターデザインに吉成という、トリガー
I am sorry.
で、トリガー10周年にふさわしい作品に
Okay, and the design is pretty much Canada.
Yep. Yep.
It should be, as it should be.
Nice. This
It's 2022.
But come on, CD Projekt Red.
Now it is time to show you some gameplay of Braindance.
Hey.
This is a feature that you'll experience
Imagine
when
if
you
the anime
play
comes
Cyberpunk
out
2077.
before the game.
Braindance is essentially a recorded.
Nah, it couldn't.
It allows
Hey,
you
they're saying it's 2022.
smell,
So it just
touch,
might.
and even
Yeah, but the single player is gonna I mean, Cyberpunk is gonna get released on the 19th of November, and then they are later gonna implement
They
it.
don't delay it again.
Mills, our senior quest
I don't think they
designer
will.
and all-round lore master, who will be helping to answer
you know,
your questions.
I would prefer they delay it
Some
again.
explanation
Do it
on how you'll
2020.
be interacting with Braindance
December
to
is
play
the
Cyberpunk
last
2077. So, let's take a look.
I mean, it's literally a gimmick release and a good one.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying they need to do it 2020.
Get out, and we sell the BD to those psycho freaks from the studio.
Got it.
And remember, everything on full blast. They'll spot us extra for a wicked adrenaline high. Okay, on you go.
If they push one more, then I'm literally playing Cyberpunk on my on Saint Nikolai.
Everybody, on the ground! Want to
Oh.
shoot this in the
And next
flooring?
year.
Money!
Let me-
Now, or I will fucking drop
Plus
you, I swear to
Cyberpunk,
God!
that would be good.
Well, yeah, hey, now, before I blow your fucking head off!
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ah!
Wait, I didn't cut the what?
Slow, deep breaths. Your cortisol and adrenaline spiked, but the soft activated your hormone blockers. Nothing
Right,
happened.
she looks
You're
clear.
alive and well.
That was too much. Could feel the guy's pain.
So it seems like you hacked into someone who was committing a robbery.
Yeah.
Wrapped up in something else.
God damn you.
Are you gonna have an avatar inside the game?
Yeah.
I mean, an avatar in an avatar.
No, you're gonna have an avatar inside the game, but this shows you might even jack into people.
Yeah.
Actual people, not avatars.
I'll sever the link to the BD roller's
See?
sensory
Yep.
array.
Oh, holy shit!
See?
Wait, you. Yes, this is pretty much what CP is about.
Okay, I have to wonder. We know what the third-person camera looks like. We know what the first-person camera looks like. Is this a second camera perspective, or something like that?
Look, you jack into somebody in a place that has a lot of observation from outside.
Yep.
So of course they have
Give it a
visual.
try. Rewind. Roll it back to the top. All good. Neat. Now try fast forwarding a bit.
No, this reminds me
Okay. You can also
any of you
reset the
played
recording.
Remember Me?
That'll take you right back to the beginning.
No.
No.
French in Paris, Cyberpunk, Deus Ex.
This here's why you came in the first place.
Oh, it's
in analysis
fucking great.
mode, you get to view and even scan details of the environment recorded by the PD roller.
And it has
focus on the heat. The gun this gun gets from
hand-to-hand
his
combat,
buddy at the
also
beginning.
hand-to-hand combat.
Now scan it.
With combos and everything. And I think it's third person.
Nothing odd. Don't get creative. You go in, snatch the cash, get out.
This? So Cyberpunk Paris?
Okay, right here.
Fighting game. and hacking, I mean. And Assassin's Creed.
Let's move on. Now heads up,
Play Remember
in
Me.
analysis mode, you can ferret out background noise and conversations if the roller
So you can literally analyze and be a detective in the scene. That's pretty goddamn good.
Even the sights and sounds the roller was never aware of.
They have timeline.
To see the sources of the recorded sensory signals, switch to the audio layer in the editor. Go ahead and try that now.
Literally for
okay, good. Now you should see
visual
several
and
sound signatures in the store. Choose one and hone in on it.
Red line. I guess maybe the...
Pack of 6, case of Brosif, and a couple of zappers.
Okay, we have a deal today on 2 flavors, curry and surf and turf.
Everybody!
So, any thoughts?
Unbelievable. Seriously, like what's happening right next to me.
Yeah, it's how BD recording implants work. They pick up everything, all the elements in the background. Then an editor tweaks.
You can play Uber Detective.
Keep playing with the
Yeah.
sound.
But I mean, from everything that they showed so far, it seems like the most of the game is gonna play in that afterlife. So you might actually be playing that character whose consciousness is in that network.
Partially.
Okay, you're going into random directions.
I mean, it could be.
With your guess, but you're going in random directions with your guesses.
Hella nice.
The simple fact is, you get the chip.
Yeah.
Try scanning her.
Yeah.
The chip is
And that's
with Johnny
Scroll
Silverhand.
forward to the part where our
yeah,
artist gets
and that's all you need to know.
Or Mr. Breathtaking.
I mean, this partial shows just how you can play the game.
Yeah, there's literal gameplay. This isn't something
See that? They shot him and he
mechanical, a little narrative.
It is tutorial inside gameplay.
part of the game.
Yeah.
See the blinking thing over the
mechanics.
entrance? Surveillance cam.
You can use with certain
Must have caught
probably
our shooter.
upgrade or maybe
You'll
that
see in a
chip.
sec. Cam feeds to the screen behind the clerk. Roll back to where the screen's in the kid's
look.
field of vision, then scan it.
You can literally harvest data from everyone that has that chip.
Yep. Some NCIS shit right here.
Yep. I love this.
His own Chumba shot.
This
him.
is what I
Probably
love
planned
about
to all along.
cyber
Must
games.
have got a nice
They
slice of
have
cred
that,
on the black market for a BD
enjoys.
like this.
You can have
BD
action,
freaks are ready to
all
pay a
spectacle
premium
and
for a
everything.
real
And then you can have moments like this.
Anyway, if you've seen enough,
Yep.
you can exit.
Just the hum of the cybernetics, feeling of using your things.
Yeah, it's impressive, right? It's too bad most of the BDs we do here are only good for flogging the log.
So Braindance is a pretty big part of the cyberpunk universe. It's not just something used for adult films. There is an awful lot to it. And there's two sides I'd really like you guys to help me explore. First is the lore. So how this actually fits into the universe. And then there's the gameplay side. So how players will be interacting with it. So Patrick, could you tell us more about the lore of Braindance?
I would love to. So in the world of Cyberpunk 2077, Braindance was invented way back in the early 2000s at UC Santa Cruz. It was developed as a way of recording a person's experiences and then playing them back for someone else so that they could relive them as though it was happening to them. It was originally used for things like therapy and prisoner rehabilitation, but by 2077 it's become this global media industry, including things like movies, mass entertainment, things like that, video games, some interactive things, and of course adult fare as well. Now in our game we deal a lot with black brain dances, or XBDs as we call them, and there are different types of those, but the one that you saw in the trailer just there was a flatliner. Now that's where the person recording it actually dies during the recording, and it's popular with sort of an illicit kind of a thrill, but mercenary can also use them for various things, and you'll see that.
And from the gameplay perspective, we
I mean,
have
it looks
working a lot
interesting. It looks goddamn amazing. I really want to see what the other mechanics are going to look
use
like.
the braindance in the game as a mechanics. So what we have settled on is this braindance editor mode.
Yeah,
as a player,
exactly.
you will be able to run the braindance in the editor mode and see different clues that have been registered of given actor. Now, as a player, you can slide on the timeline of the recording.
I mean, when we take into consideration what The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt did for the industry when it got out in 2015, it is a masterpiece. It was a masterpiece then, it's still a masterpiece. But this starting to look like some new level shit that they're just bringing out of the hat.
As a mechanic in the game.
So, as Pavel was saying, we use braindance as a storytelling tool. It's not a collectible. It's not something where you're going to go in and you're going to play it and you're going to be like, I've seen this before.
This
what we use
dense.
braindance for is to give you a keyhole into the life of the residents of Night City. And we can explore things like childhood trauma, religion, various philosophical ideas in a way that you might not otherwise experience in a story about a mercenary on the
comes out.
So we've tried to talk about some of the aspects that the community will find really exciting, but you know, while you're both here, I'd love to know, what is it about Cyberpunk that you guys are really excited for?
Divine Cybermancy.
So, one of the things that I'm most excited about in this game is the characters and the way they interact with the world.
Multi-timeline cyber enhancement,
all the way back to the Cyberpunk 2020 source material, and all of these events and all of those things. But those don't mean anything unless they connect with characters.
And so when we come literally, up with a character, when you fall off a high building, when you break your leg, you can upgrade your legs.
Story. Yeah. But we don't stop there. We go back and we figure out what was their childhood like, what was their upbringing like, what kind of obstacles did they face in this harsh reality, and did they overcome them, and how did they overcome them, or did they not overcome them, and why?
Really?
And you can see all of those things in their environment, in their dialogues, in sort of how they operate in the world. And we come up with that for all of our characters. Now you look at someone like Victor Vector.
Oh, the partner, you got some cyber shit in you.
Stories about his past in his environment and in his dialogue. You know, we come up with that stuff even if we don't use it in the game because it helps inform us as to who these characters are.
And for me, I would not be myself if I would not say that I'm the most excited about our quests. Like with our Witcher 3 team, with Patrick and like everybody that has stayed with us since the Witcher 3 time, we really have grown so much. We have learned so much, and we have used all that experience to put them into the quest that we have made. And you will not find really a filler in this game. Like everything has a meaning. Like we put so much effort into making sure that everything is rewarding, is interesting, is talking about characters, as Patrick said, is talking about worlds, is talking about emotions, like touching the player in a really, like a real way. And I just can't wait
to touching the player in a real way.
Pavel, I know you mentioned story and quests and writing quests, and when I was last I saw a notebook on your desk. I would love for you to show everybody.
That's smile
so,
and eyebrows at the moment.
This is my notebook. It says Salsa Quest Designer. The reason is because I dance salsa, and I'm a quest designer, so you know. So I started this notebook actually when we were really starting Cyberpunk. At the very beginning, I wrote like a first note, and it says pretty much something along the lines of that we were starting with a prototype. And then, you know, I kept on basically noting things that we've been working on for like next years. I remember once when our concept artists actually approached me, and they said that they want to take a look on my notebook. I was like, what for actually? And they took some pictures and they told me, yeah, well, you know, because we are looking for a reference material for a notes of a psychopathic killer. You may find maybe some of my notes in the game.
Pavel and Patrick, thank you so much for joining me. I'm pretty lucky because I have read some of the stories that you and the team have written for Braindance, and I'm pretty excited for people to discover them. But before we do finish today's episode, there is
that's a proper game. They're still taking notes on paper.
Episode, I mentioned that media have been getting hands-on.
Is there another way?
2077, and they should
You'll be
their
amazed at how much people do it in like.
Yeah.
And if you missed anything from today's episode, don't worry, we'll be uploading everything to our channels very soon.
Okay.
And finally, on behalf of everybody at CD Projekt Red, we just want to say thank you so much for joining us for this, the very first episode of Night City Wire.
Oh, holy shit, they're gonna show more stuff in 2 weeks. That's nice.
Yeah, well, that's actually, that's how they named this episode 1.
No. Yeah, this is how you're gonna hype your shit.
Well, yeah, now, this pretty much seals it that,
in just a few weeks.
Oh,
so we shall see you soon.
Oh, it's replaying. Okay, everything's okay. Okay. Well, that was nice. I know. We could check out these episodes when they're on. I mean,
Hello, Jess Cox.
It's nice short intake of what's gonna come in with the game. What else actually I want to say? This is the first time I actually want to play this before it gets so many updates.
Yeah, here's the thing I'm concerned about. I'm afraid that it might scare some people because they're gonna just implement a shit ton of new mechanics and people are not gonna.
I don't think that's gonna be that much overwhelming in the core game. I think you can enjoy this game with not doubling so much into really deep stuff that they put in.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be the first person. It's gonna be a lot of shooting. It's gonna be weapon upgrades. It's gonna be there's gonna be so many casual stuff that there's no issue for people to just go by that. Of course, we're gonna dabble into everything.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, if you like this little reaction, you generally like our channel, follow us on Twitch so you get notified when we're live. And that's all. Yeah. This was Anagram, T-Cat, Uncle Hawk, and I'm sorry,
Uncle Heck! Are you calling me a heck now?
You know, after watching Cyberpunk trailer, everything is a hack now.
Yes.
All hack. Crack check.
Yeah. Crack. Yeah. Oh god, Heroes 3 and 2
so
and
yeah,
1.
We're returning in about an hour for Divinity.
Yeah.
Join us.
Stay tuned.
Until then.
Subscribe. Bye.
Sarabada.
Sarabada.